Hello and welcome to the Northern California Super 100 Basketball Camp presented by Jeremy Rosati and the 1% Basketball Club. My name is Jason O'Neill. We're here in Northern California at El Cerrito High School with 100 of Northern California's top prep basketball players. World-renowned super trainer Alan Stein from Nike is here as well for what should be an exciting and eventful day of hoops.
I'm Steven Domingo, class of 2013. I go to St. Ignatius High School.
So Steve, when you get a chance to square off some elite level competition like this, do you try and show out or do you just play your normal game and hope that it'll show up?
I'll put hours in the gym and I do that so when I come out to something like this, that if I play my normal game, it'll show out. That's what I try to do. If you try to force it too much, you usually start messing up.
For sure, for sure. And what AAU team are you on?
Last summer I played with Dream Vision, but I just focused on my school season right now. I have a couple options, but the school season is what I'm focused on right now. I'm not really too focused on AAU.
What type of options are you talking about? What schools are looking at you?
I got Arizona, Arizona State, Cal, Washington State, Stanford, UCLA, USC, UNLV, Memphis, Georgetown, Harvard, Penn.
Those are some big schools. All right, for sure. Thank you, Steve. Basically, start out with your name, your year in school, and then what school you go to.
So my name is Tanner Giddings. I'm a senior and I go to Windsor High School.
So Tanner, when you get a chance to square off some other elite competition like this, do you try and show out or do you just let your normal game do the talking?
No, I always try my hardest when I play. So whenever I have like an opportunity like this, I always want to show how hard I can play and just give it my all.
Now, Alan and Jeremy were in there talking about strengthening your body and becoming, stronger in your core and things of that nature. How important do you think it is to become, let's say, a world-class athlete body-wise as opposed to just working on normal basketball techniques?
I think it's really important. I actually work out 4 days a week and just try to keep my body in shape so I don't get hurt when I start playing and it's not as hard on my body.
Excellent, excellent. And what AAU team are you on?
I played on the Oakland Rebels this summer.
How'd you guys do?
We in the Vegas tournament, we came second in the gold bracket.
Awesome, awesome. And what do you have on the horizon? What colleges are you looking at?
Right now, I'm just keeping my options open. I'm really not sure at this point. I'm just waiting for the best school to come to me right now.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you.
Taylor Johns, class of 2012. St. Clair Cathedral.
So, when you get a chance to square off against other elite competition like in this camp, do you try and show out and give a little bit extra effort, or do you just play your normal game and hope that that'll do the talking for you?
I just play my normal game. I don't try to do too much. Just play me. I'm gonna do me. I'm not gonna try to impress nobody. Just play my own game.
Now, how important do you feel it is to kind of work on your body? For instance, Alan and Jeremy were doing a lot of body techniques, core strength training. How much do you work on that as well as your normal basketball skills like shooting and things like that?
Well, we do that, like for my school, we do that every other day. We have to go work out, do like half of the things she told us to do today, we do it like every day out of school, just like make sure our body's straight, because, our body gonna take us, we're not nothing without our body. We have to make sure our body's good in order for us to play.
Awesome, awesome. And what AAU team are you on this last summer?
San Francisco Rebels.
How'd you guys do?
We did pretty good. We went to Nationals in Florida. We placed 9th. We did pretty good. We did all right.
Awesome, awesome. Now, also, do you think camps like this also give you an opportunity to work on more individual, like he was talking about training for the draft, where sometimes in high school, your coaches are just trying to train you to get wins for them?
Yeah, I think this does, because you play against the top players all around, so they're going to push you, so that makes you push yourself even more. Like, you have to, the people in front of you could take the ball from you, so you have to dribble harder and do everything harder.
For sure. Thank you, brother.
James O'Neill, class of 2013. I go to Freedom High School.
So James, how was your AAU? What AAU team were you on this last summer?
Lakeshore.
And how'd you guys do?
We did good. We just tried to prepare to get better.
Now, for this coming school year, what type of goals have you set for yourself? Are they more team-oriented, or do you have any personal goals for yourself?
I got a few personal goals, like get others involved and push the ball up the floor.
All right, thank you. With your name and your occupation, I guess.
Jordan Brewer, Vice President and Agent at Pro One Sports Management.
So Jordan, you're an agent. What kind of talent have you seen out there today? Normally, when you see the talent, they kind of sit head and shoulders above the rest. You seen anybody that's standing out for you today?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of kids out there that have the ability to play at the next level at the college. Right now, they're so young. Trying to evaluate whether they can play at the professional level is two different things. But you have the Domingo kid out there. He has such great length and size. You know, that's something that you always look for, is a kid that's long and has kind of those natural abilities. You can work on the basketball skills doing the training, and that's what's going to make you into a pro.
Yeah, Jeremy's really focusing on kind of individual trainings, things that are going to make the guys better as a player, versus a lot of times they get stuck with their team coaches who are really just about winning games. How important do you think it is for them to get this kind of NBA draft type of training?
Oh, it's super valuable. There's no one else out there that is taking their teaching and implementing basketball skills on the court like he is. For us, it's always individually you can get better, and it's going to help the team. And that's what Jeremy does. He has such a revolutionary training style that's functional. And I think that's the biggest thing. Both he and Alan Stein have talked about being functional on the court, and that transcends into playing games, and that's what they both provide.
Alan's really focused a lot on strengthening your core and kind of having a body type. We know, especially with today's professional athletes, they're world-class athletes, bigger, stronger, faster. Do you find that getting these kids younger and starting them on these drills is really providing this kind of bigger, stronger, faster athlete?
Yeah, you know, basketball has changed so much in the last 25 years where in the early 80s, strength training and getting in the weight room was looked down upon. You thought it would mess up your shot, and now there's been this evolution that it can make you even a better basketball player. So you're going to see a growing trend of players being better at a younger age, which then is just going to transition to the professional level where we're going to see much more up-paced, tempo, quicker, stronger players that are going to help the game as a whole.
Thank you very much. Hello, I'm Jason O'Neill at the NorCal Super 100 basketball camp with Aaron Gordon, one of the top recruits in the class of 2013. Aaron, how's it going? Can you just start off by telling us what school you are and what year you are?
Archbishop Mitty High, 2013. That's pretty much it.
So, Aaron, with this upcoming basketball year, what kind of goals have you set for yourself, individually as well as team-wise?
Basically, we won state last year, so the goal got to be winning state this year. I mean, we should expect no less. That's the standard we hold our team to, and we got to keep it like that. Individually, I mean, I just want to get better, man. I just want to be the best player out there, and that's the goal I set for myself.
Also, if you could tell us a little bit about your journey, how you've gotten here. Have you played on any of the USA under-18 teams, anything like that?
Oh, yeah, I played on Oakland Soldiers, and then I played on the USA under-16 team. We went to Cancun. I mean, it's been a great journey, man. It's just, I love playing basketball, and I'm going to just continue to keep doing it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, with the Oakland Soldiers in your AAU tournament, or your AAU this summer, how did you guys do individually as well as the team?
We were a great team, but I mean, we didn't get enough wins as we needed to. So I mean, it's all this talk about being great and as good as we were. But if we didn't win, then I mean, it's not really nothing. But we just didn't perform to what we needed to be.
Absolutely, absolutely. You got anything else you want? Back again, Jason O'Neill at the NorCal Super 100 with Jabari Bird, one of the top recruits in the class of 2013. Jabari, what high school are you going to?
Salesian High School.
And you're very involved with Jeremy and the 1% Basketball Club. Talk about how Jeremy has helped you grow as a basketball player.
I've been at a few workouts. You know, he's helped me a lot. He puts me through a lot of good work, makes me go hard. So it's real good.
Now, do you think the conditioning drills that he's doing to kind of strengthen your body as well as working on the basketball skills have helped you individually?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I feel way more explosive now.
Absolutely. Now, as far as explosive, are you talking about first step type of thing or just overall, defensively, everything?
Just everything, you know, getting bigger, stronger, all that.
Absolutely. Now, we all know to play at that next level, you really have to have kind of a world-class athlete's body. Do you feel as though starting early with Jeremy is going to really benefit you in the long run?
Yeah, definitely, because by the time I get to college, I'll have a head start on most of the people there, you know?
Absolutely. As far as colleges goes, what are you looking at? What kind of interest are you getting?
I'm looking at the Pac-12 real tough right now, you know? My top two schools are Arizona and Washington, and right now I'm getting looks from all over the Pac.
Now, just looking forward to this coming year, what kind of goals have you set for yourself individually as well as for your team?
For my team, get the state championship, and for myself, you know, decide the best year possible.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. Jason O'Neal at the Super 100 NorCal basketball camp with Stephen Domingo, one of the 2013 top prospects. Stephen, tell us about your journey coming along and from before preps to now you're apparently a part of the USA basketball organization.
Yes, sir. I've been playing basketball, organized basketball since I was probably 8 or 9. I mean, my dad didn't play basketball, mom didn't play basketball, but they both love sports. They taught me that hard work, anything that I want to do, is something that would get me far. And I mean, my dad's athletic, so he would go in and rebound for me. I started shooting, and then next thing I know, I'm 11. I can shoot NBA threes, and that's what I built my game on. I'm a shooter, and that's what coaches love. That's why, even though I don't really listen to all those rankings, why I'm ranked so high, I can just really shoot the ball. That's what I pride myself on. Coach Rosati has made me get some separation, though, in my game, which has really helped. I really enjoy working out with him.
And when you started moving up in the rankings, did that really kind of fuel your fire for basketball and make you work that much harder?
Definitely. You're a marked man every time you step on the court. People look at those rankings way too much, but those kids who are lower than you, that's what fuels them too. So every time they go out and say, I'm going to take this guy's spot, he has something that I want. And that's something that fuels me because you can't get upstage like that because you have to hold your own. And I'm trying to move up myself. I want to be the #1 player in the country. That's a goal that everyone has. And so I'm trying to, until I get there, I'm trying to go up.
Thank you, thank you. You said Sebastian Flores? This is Jason O'Neal again at the NorCal Super 100 basketball camp with Sebastian Flores. Sebastian, start off by telling us your school and what year you are.
College Park High School in Concord, and I'm a sophomore, 2014.
So Sebastian, what kind of goals do you have for this coming year, both team-wise and individually?
Well, individually, I'm just trying to earn my spot on varsity, and as a team, I'm just trying to win our league, try to see what we can do in playoffs.
Last year, did you play JV?
Yeah, I played JV as a freshman.
What are your chances of making varsity this year?
I think they're pretty good. I've been showing the coach what I can do.
And do you think camps like this with Jeremy have helped you get ready for varsity this year?
Yeah, I think it's helped a lot.
Thank you. Jason O'Neal here at the NorCal Top 100 camp with Leo Smith from Oakland Tech High School. Leo, you just finished up your game. You did pretty well out there. How do you feel as though we went?
I'm cool. I mean, I play cool.
All right. And what do you have for the upcoming season? What are your goals for the season, team-wise and also individually?
My goal is to get my teammates better, be looking decent, and hopefully we can win the OAL championship.
And what year are you going into?
2000. Huh?
What year are you going to be in school? Freshman, sophomore?
I'm junior.
Junior. All right. And this last summer over the AAU tournament, what school did you play with, or what team did you play with? Excuse me.
I played with the Oakland Rebels.
And how'd you guys do?
We did good.
All right, for sure. Thank you, brother. Jason O'Neal at the NorCal Top 100 camp here with street ball legend Hook Mitchell. Hook here to support Jeremy Rosati and the 1% Basketball Club. Hook, how do you know Jeremy, and how far do you guys go back?
Me and Jerry go back pretty far. When his program first started, back when he had Josh Coyne, it was like back in 2004, 2005, maybe 2005. He had only like about 6 youngsters that believed in the stuff that he done. And Jeremy came down and performed at a couple of my basketball camps when I was doing some basketball camps with the Oakland Pal Association. We had 250 kids the first year and 200 the second year. And Jeremy supported me in all the stuff that we was doing. And I take my hat off to him for standing strong and developing these young men and women playing basketball. You know, he used to have a couple of people coming away from far as Stockton to play. I mean, to train with him because his stuff was so unique. So Jeremy is a special individual. I mean, we all. I mean, as myself, I'm a teacher. I believe that I'm a student and a teacher of the game. So I mean, I demand excellency. So I learned a lot through. I mean, all the people that I ever played against, and Jeremy for sure excelled my game in the most fast way because when I grew up, it wasn't no fancy, no tricks with the ball. So at the time I just came home from prison. I had a documentary film made about my life, and then one thing led to another. I run into Jeremy when he first started his program, and then everything went there. So I take my hat off to Jeremy in this program.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're all familiar with Hook, the documentary on Hook Mitchell. Hook, how do you feel as though what Jeremy is providing with these free clinics, do you think they help the youth? For instance, these type of things weren't around even 20 years ago. Do you think those are helpful for the kids of today?
I believe they're very much so helpful. If you look at myself, look at my chin. I just hit my chin on the backboard. Now I'm just playing. But I think this stuff is very helpful. A lot of people tell me that some people is not as physically motivated or as enhanced as well as as a hard worker as myself. If you go to YouTube right now, August the 31st, 2011, I just jumped over a core, and I'm the first person to ever be documented jumping over a core in the 80s. Then I was the first person documented in 4 different decades in 2011. So at 43, I'm 43 right now. So we all don't have. We need that. A lot of us need that push from other people. So it's a blessing that Jeremy provided service, and I take my hat off for him, and whatever I can do, I will support him in any way.
Absolutely. Hook Mitchell, street ball legend here. Make sure you go check him out on YouTube, jumping over a car in 4 different decades.
Right,
thank you, brother. Jason O'Neill here at the NorCal Super 100 with Johnny Vassar, prep school player. What school do you go to, Johnny?
La Lemire School in Indiana.
And what year are you?
2014.
So you just finished up a game here at the Top 100 camp. How do you feel as though you did?
I played well, I think. Still some stuff to do, work on, but overall it was a good experience.
And what kind of goals do you have coming up for this upcoming school year, both team-wise and individually?
Well, individually, just improve my three-point range, consistency, more like just making more of a consistent jump shooter. For a team goal, we have a really good team with Hannah Pereira and some other top guys in the country at our school. So hopefully get into the top of those teams and beat some of those teams we play.
Absolutely. From watching you in there, you were jumping out of the gym. It seems as though you've really worked on kind of what they were talking about earlier, your body fitness and things of that nature. How do you think that's going to help you translate when you try to make that jump to the next level?
I feel like if I get my shot down and continue working on all aspects of my game, then everything should be good. It should work good.
Absolutely. Thank you much. So Johnny, what do you have on the schedule for this year? What teams are you going up against that are nationally known?
Few that our coach told us is Findlay Prep is confirmed, Oak Hill also, and Montrose Christian. And there's a few more I can't really think of at the moment, but yeah, we have some top schools.
That's fine. Also, if you could talk to us about, we see the USA logo on your jersey. Were you on a tryout for the under-16 team or what?
Yes, I was. I went up to Colorado Springs for the USA trials. And it was a great experience overall. So,
how do you feel as though going against that top level of competition helps you improve your game?
It helped a lot. Just getting to play against kids with similar talent, and now I transferred schools into a high school, a prep school. So playing against bigger guys and everything like that is going well.
Absolutely. Jason O'Neill from the NorCal Super 100 basketball camp with super trainer Alan Stein here. Alan, when you see a special player, they tend to really pop out for you. Did anybody today kind of stand out for you?
There were several players that did, and I'm not going to comment on them by name, but I tell you what's interesting. For me as a strength and conditioning coach, the things that pop out are different than what other coaches see, and it really, a lot of times it has nothing to do with ability. It has much more to do with how focused they are, if they make good eye contact, do they listen to directions. When you come to an event like this where everybody can play, everyone's a high-level player, those are the things that stick out, and those are the things that separate kids. And I can usually tell within about 5 minutes whether a kid, quote-unquote, gets it or not, and there were a handful of them here that do.
To that end, earlier in the day you were talking about saying thank you and things that weren't necessarily basketball related. How important do you think it is to teach as well as coach?
Ultimately, that's my mission. We're trying to make a positive impact on these young men that we work with. And although all of them have dreams of grandeur and want to play in the NBA, and I want to support that, and I'm happy that that's what they want to do, the reality is they all won't make it. And we want to make sure that we're setting these kids up to be successful in life and whatever they do. I mean, my playing days are far behind me, but I still get to make my living traveling the world because of the game of basketball. And we want to make sure that kids understand that what it takes to be successful on the court is the same things it'll take to be successful in anything that they do, and that's the type of stuff that we want to make sure that we're sharing and preaching to them.
To that end, a lot of these players won't end up in the NBA and they may end up in the D League. How important do you think it is for those fringe players to gain confidence against other elite talent?
At the end of the day, each kid's goal should only be to maximize their own ability. It's for them to be the best player that they can be. They need to control or focus on the things that they can control. They can't control the other players. They can't control how much other talent's out there. They really can't even control whether they make it as far as the NBA. They need to worry about maximizing their own talent and their natural gifts. And that's done physically, that's done emotionally, and that's done, you know, through proper mental training and the skill work and all the things we're about here at NorCal's Finest.
With that, would you say that those type of influences are just as important as shooting a jump shot or practicing your dribbling?
Absolutely. I would even argue that they're more important than that, because when you get to a high level that these kids are approaching, you know, everybody can play. Everybody can shoot. Everybody can dribble. Everybody's fast. They all have those. So you've got to find something else that separates you. And a lot of times it's these intangible qualities. It's being a good teammate. It's having a great work ethic. It's understanding the difference between waiting for a workout and preparing for a workout. It's the mental side. Those are the things that separate players.
Alan Stein, thank you.
Absolutely, thank you guys.
Jason O'Neill here at the NorCal Super 100 basketball camp with Steve Boyd. Steve, how do you think it went today?
It was a great showing of the talent in the area. We had Jeremy Rosati and Alan Stein came out to share a lot of the skills and performance stuff that they do with the top players. So I think the guys got a lot out of it.
And Jeremy and Alan, they come out here and do this for nothing. How do you think that it helps today's players?
Well, you know, it's a lot of coaches and trainers out here who really have the passion, whose goal is to, you know, help the kids get better. And for guys at that level to come out and give their time for free is unbelievable.
Thank you, Steve.
All right.
So, Jeremy, staying with that teaching topic, you actually mentioned to the kids that if they weren't, quote-unquote, playing the right way, they could get pulled out of a game. How important do you think it is that the kids play the right way?
Well, an event like this, it can just get out of hand really quickly. A lot of events that people run are dominated by games, and they're dominated by a lot of one-on-one play. And what it ends up being glorified open gym. And we try to take pride in ourselves to bring the best skill training, but also we really try to control our games. Now, it's really hard when you have all these highly ranked players and everybody wants to see them dunk, and you got all these, you know, YouTube video people around you. So it's hard. But we want to just them to understand that we need you to play a certain way. We don't want to get out of control. We don't want to see guys bouncing balls off their head, throwing it between their legs, because that can ruin the event. It can ruin the experience for the fans, for the coaches, the players, and ourselves. So we don't want people to look bad. We want them to be respectful. We want them to play hard, play right, and they can still have that high-flying dunks and have fun at the same time.
Absolutely. Jason O'Neill here at the NorCal Super 100 basketball camp with Jeremy Rosati, president and owner of 1% Basketball Club. Jeremy, if you could tell us a little bit about the 1% Basketball Club and what you're really looking to accomplish.
Yeah, 1% Club, it was started a long time ago. It was started in 2003. It was mostly as kind of a joke. We had two players, and myself who thought we really trained at the highest level possible. And so we kind of made this moniker that we train at the highest 1%. So the company really, the moniker is really used for that we felt that we trained at the top 1%, and there was only about 1% of people that really could take that level of training.
Absolutely. Now, today's camp, how do you think it went today?
I think it was phenomenal. For the first run, there really wasn't any problems. The training was great. Alan was phenomenal. The skill sessions went really well. I couldn't be happier. The talent level was phenomenal. The parents, everybody was very thankful. I think it was a very positive community event.
As far as the talent level, when you're evaluating talent, are you looking for not only basketball skills, but some of the things that you were coaching earlier in the day, like core training and people who are really looking to actually work on their fitness?
Well, a lot of these kids I've never seen. So we went through a lot of the top lists, recruiting lists, the prep websites, the AU coaches. So we really utilize their knowledge because I'm not out here with these kids training them necessarily. So you know, as we go on, those are some things that we hope will be the most important part when evaluating kids, and hopefully we'll get our message out of how important skill training is, how important the stuff like Alan was doing, so that when the kids come in, they already know what to expect.
With your type of training, you were describing it as NBA draft type of training versus a lot of times when these kids are at their local high schools, a lot of times the coaches are just trying to win games. How important do you think it is to kind of get that individualized training?
Well, I think it's a necessary evil. The coaches look at us as probably people just trying to make money. We look at ourselves as artists. And the problem is the coaches have a really valid argument, because a lot of the training that they're seeing for these kids, it's really not improving them. They might get a little bit better, but when you get a true skill artist who can really make a player better, we can be the difference between them making millions of dollars or not playing basketball at all. Now, that can't be for every kid, but there's no doubt in my mind that with the right skill trainer, any kid can reach that next level. But the problem is there's only a small percentage of those trainers around, so that most coaches don't support training. They'd rather see them play, because they're going to just get better with the tendencies on the court.
Absolutely. Finally, finishing up, we heard some things out in there today. For instance, Alan was talking about making sure you say thank you. How important do you think it is to not only kind of coach these guys, but also be a teacher as well?
Well, I mean, you know, that's what we are. We're teaching them about basketball. There's other parts of it there that they can get better at as well. So we want them to say, "Hey, nice pass," after someone passes them the ball. We want them to say thank you for, you know, coaches that were here donating their time, or skill trainers, or whatever it may be. We want them to really look at this event, and maybe 5 years down the road, when some of these guys are in the NBA or college, they're coming back like some of the guys you've seen, and maybe they'll be helpers. So hopefully we can build that level now, and maybe 5 to 10 years down the road, some of these guys are in the NBA and coming back and speaking at the event on how important this stuff is for kids and their development. You know, in NorCal here, we don't have a lot of NBA players. We have a lot of really good nationally ranked players, but we don't have a lot of NBA players. We should. There's no excuse. And so if we can get the top 5 to 10 to 20 to 30 kids on the right path, we can have a higher percentage of players playing professional basketball, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Jeremy Rosati, thank you.
Thank you very much.